Hello and welcome back. My name is Leon. I am an Alexander Technique teacher as well as a philosopher, and this channel is called Human Reaction. And this is season 2 after my long sabbatical. Welcome back. So I'm going to continue on with describing concepts so that you may know more and feel different, because that's what you want. You want to know more, you want to feel different, you want to feel better. Wouldn't that be nice? That'd be nice. So, contrary to how you might be thinking about it, you are a body and you are a brain at the same time. We are psycho-physical organisms. You either control this through your consciousness, or you are led by it, which is usually what's happening out there in the world. People are led by the experience that they have in themselves, and they don't have a very strong conscious relationship with that experience, how to notice it, inhibit it, redirect it so that it's natural, and in so doing have a natural and well-functioning vehicle that you can go from A to B. So if you think about your body as a vehicle, like it's a mechanism, so we're an animate, that's the word, animate mechanism. We are not a couch. Even though a couch can wear and tear as the years go by, this thing that we are in and carry around with us is an animate mechanism. You can either consciously be aware of it and direct it, or you can be oblivious to its impact and just be stuck in this experiencing mind, going through your day and running like a hamster on a wheel, hoping that tomorrow's going to be better. It's not going to be better unless you untangle this reality, which I think is the joke on us, is that it's a reality longing for us to untangle. And we are all in a treasure hunt towards, I think, the truth and reality. For me, is good news. On the other side, the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow is good news. But it's a hunt, and we don't quite know all the clues, and we don't quite know where we're going, and we don't quite even know if there's gold at the end of the rainbow. So we're all a bit scared and lost. And that's all philosophy. And it's not even actually sensible or like structured philosophy. It's just rambling. So it's a bit of rambling for you. What's not rambling is that you have a vehicle, which is either unbeknownst to you operating behind your back and giving you an experience that you think you have to have, or you, through your thinking amazing brain, are able to go into your body and go like, hi, oh, that's what I'm doing. Well, that is what I'm doing. Okay, so now apart from the content and the external situation, I have this mechanism that I can clean out like a car. You take a car to a service and then it can go from A to B properly. Why would one put a car on the road that doesn't work? Makes no sense. How do you get your bodies to work? Mostly, we go to the doctor, we go to the physio, we go to the gym, we sleep, we eat healthily. Those are good things. And they work on our body, they're doing their work, and then we have this body thing that's kind of working, and so we carry on with our life. But it gets a bit more complicated than that, and it also gets a little bit more fascinating than that. You can actually, with your own consciousness, be aware of yourself, and you can experience how you take in information through your body, what your body does, how it responds, human reaction to this information. And then you can inhibit your response, and you can guide a new and improved organization, and you can maintain this. It's like a means whereby. So it's not an end of a posture and a position that your body should be in order to like be its optimal self. It's a living thing, so it's a means whereby that we are going to learn how to do, because there's no two ways about it. Either we're going to be headless zombies running around at the mercy of our absolutely decreeping, I nearly want to say, but that's not a word. Yeah, it's going backwards. The organisms are going backwards. We're hunched over, we're stressed. We've got grandma, hereditary patterns inside our bodies, the traumas of the wars and the traumas we're busy giving to ourselves today. The trauma sits, as we've also heard, inside the body. It's not the ultimate truth of you. You as a imaginative being. You are free. It's right there somewhere in your head, you're free. Now the untangling and the treasure hunt is to take the freedom that you have glimpses of in your head, and you want to turn it to look at yourself and your body, and you want to go, I see that this is what my body is doing when I experience information and relate to the world. I'm going to say no to these bad habits. I'm going to allow this new thing to be continuously, so that I can be continuously awake, continuously aware, and continuously not at the mercy of the layer upon layer upon layer of trauma that sits inside of you, which you have gotten from places and things and reactions, subconsciously mostly, definitely, but that you now have an opportunity to untangle consciously, if you so do wish. But it does require something somewhat boring, but it requires you to stop. It's not everybody's, it's not easy. So, but if you do, but like the lights going on and suddenly go, oh my God, my room is full of gremlins. Oh my God, my life, my body, my everything is full of fears. It's full of dragons, full of everything terrible. And then I'll encourage you and say, dragons aren't real. So when you stop, physically, mentally, geographically stop, gremlins to be found are not real. Right? Okay, when I say gremlins, I'm talking about stress, I'm talking about tension, I'm talking about cortisol and adrenaline. Those things get stuck inside your body, and when you move and do your things, if they are hereditary, if they've been patterned in through your weeks and months and years of stress, they're there. And they move and live, they don't even move, they're just stuck inside of you. You respond to the world out there and they dictate how you must feel. So, untangling them makes the vehicle which you use as an instrument to think, to move, to act, to include. That instrument is messy, it's broken, it's got obstacles inside it. We're going to take the obstacles away with our brains. We're going to use our brains, we're going to use our consciousness, we're going to talk to our knees. Okay. And it's not just that the knees are there and the consciousness is here. It's that your conscious experience is a mirror of your stuck knees or your stuck hips or your stuck neck or your anxiety. So I'm a naturally anxious person, which is nice, and I have some attention problems. But I have trained 3.5 years, and then I taught and teaching for 12, 13, 14 years. And I work on myself. So I'm very different from what I was. It's nice to have some control over yourself as opposed to being a mad person running around. So I am a redeemed mad person. Still somewhat a little bit mad, but I'm not as mad as I was. Anyways, that's on a personal note. The coordination and the integration of the human mechanism, of which you are an animate human mechanism, the integration which you are, this animate mechanism and instrument and vehicle that is your body, that's connected in with your brain through your spinal system. It has been operating subconsciously for many thousands and thousands of years. It's very new that we are waking up going, wow, let's look at our bodies. Let's look at this vehicle that we're just using around. We're just doing our jobs, doing our things. There's a natural integration and communication between your parts and the means whereby that you consciously guide this interaction and communication so that your vehicle which you use to do life is optimal. Optimum functioning. You want to have an optimum functioning human physiology. Psychophysical conscious control. Sounds hell of a thing, but it's either that or we're all going to become more and more like the zombies, which are led by the experience of their bodies, their subconscious pulse sensations coming at them. So we've tried in the history of life to use our rationality to back off and say, now, is this a rational action to do? Shall we bomb our neighbors or shall we not? And the rationality of that can go a long way. It gets very complicated and everybody thinks they're right, and that's all very wonderful. But much of your rationality that you think you do have comes from the subconscious experience that your body vehicle is giving you. So if you are able to stop and you are able to notice that your neck is tight, or that your eyes are fixed, or that you're holding your breath, that's a good start. Then you can notice and go like, oh, my means whereby has been that my neck is stiff. So then you go, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to allow a free neck and allow a head to go forward and up, and allow your spine to lengthen and widen, as lengthened and as widened as it wants to go. You don't have to hold yourself up to be incredible, but you have to let yourself go to your full length and width. And that, my friends, is means whereby. I will elaborate on what a means whereby is as we go along. But the word for today is you are a psychophysical organism. You are a psychophysical mechanism. You are a vehicle and you are being driven subconsciously. And it affects you. And I do believe it is time to wake up and notice yourself. The dragons aren't going to kill you. Not if you look them in the eye. They will kill you if you don't confront them. So, good luck. I am with you on the journey. You'll be fine.